Okay, I believe we are live. Time to pull up the stream on my phone to read the chat. Let's see here. Okay, we're back. Gonna play Splatoon story mode more. Okay. Here we go. Okay. All messages. There we go. Alright. All good. And Marie has something for us, I guess. Oh, right. It's the map. We got the sticker of the second island. Because we finished the second island. See? The second island is completely finished. So now we're on to the third island. And then fourth. And there's 6, which is more than previous games, actually. Like, kind of significantly more. We're gonna jump over quickly. And see what is up. Great. That's it. And then the music changes a little bit. This is the one that is like... Oh, right. See, if you know what you're doing, you can kind of get some of the stuff that you'll know you'll need to get eventually. Like, for example, there's something hidden around here somewhere. Oh, it's probably just the balloon. I think last time I missed this because I missed that one. Oh, I can't get up there yet. Maybe I can hit them from here. I can. And then I fell off and died. Okay. We're not going to do that. We're just going to play the game now. And of course, Maria has of course been on a break for years, as we all know. Okay, I can get up there. Do that one. What is this one? Conveyor belt. That's funny. Belt tightening, but conveyor belt. Flings over. Ah, this one. This one's difficult, especially with the roller. Yeah, this one is relatively difficult. I don't remember. I think the roller is the most difficult option by far, but mostly because you run out of ink. No. Okay, we got it. And it's the later. Now the flings up. What you're supposed to do. Come on, got it. Okay. Now I've done that one before, which is why I managed to get it on the first try. It is it's not as easy as I made that look. That level is actually pretty hard. Especially if you're using the flings or roller, because if you miss one, then you just get screwed. And then the part of the key is getting like on top of it at the beginning, and just staying on top of it the whole time. Oh, okay. Yes, we also looked at this. Humanity died. Whatever. They went into this cave. Well, some people went into this cave. It says nearly all life. I don't know. It's a bit suspicious, the whole like humanity dying thing. They really need to do more with that. they're just like, but here they just starts with this, and then they're like, oh, they all go to this cave, and then they invite crystals that could read minds, which is a bit more interesting than what previously it said, which was that these crystals were just crystals that can respond to electrical impulses, which is just a wide variety of... I believe there are lots of crystals that can do that. I don't think it's a particularly incredible discovery. But now, they have a crystal that can, like, read minds? I don't know. That's what it says, but it would be more accurate to say that it reads sort of emotions, I guess. They're gonna explain it as we go along. It's kind of interesting. It's an interesting sort of idea there that they've got going there, and they don't really cover it as much as they could, in my opinion. Oh, now we're in a better position to deal with the... Okay, we can get over here actually now. We can pop open this one. Okay, so we got 2 ways to go. We're gonna open up both of them because we want to get everything, obviously. But they both cost 2,000, and if you want, this is actually an interesting idea. And actually, I might do that next. The way the map is, you can go to Site 5 right from Site 3. But of course, if you look at the whole map, you need to go to Site 4 to beat one of the bosses and get one of the items. So you need to go to Site 4 no matter what. So you still have to go there, but I guess you can sort of skip ahead. If you're speedrunning this, I guess you'd probably want to do that. It's kind of an interesting choice. Oh, I don't have enough. But now, it is time to try that thing we did last time, which is that balloon over there. We're gonna get it. Oop. Okay, balloon. Okay, we gotta be careful. Okay. Oop. Get these 3. And then we go, as you can see. I don't think I could get that one before. Oh, I definitely couldn't get over here before, so... Oh, these ones are gonna go all the way around. You gotta be careful, because if you miss that one, then you've missed it, and you're done, pretty much. Okay, woof! I got it. Okay, there. Okay, got it. Yeah! Woof! And we got a sunken scroll. This one says, the Moray Eel, the secret dances. This is the, this is Fry's thing. Yeah, see, so if you see, it's not a sticky note. So on the top left, the sticky note on the top left is kind of like a family tree. And in the same fashion, there's a little drawing at the bottom left here that has a sort of family tree that implies, if the circled one is Fry, that implies that she's the oldest of 3, or maybe the youngest of 3. And then she has 1 aunt or uncle, and 2 great aunts or uncles, and 1 cousin once removed. I think that's how that works. And then 1 progenitor's at the top. And then we'll get to see Big Man's one. Big Man's one's the one that people, I think, speculate the most on. Fry's is actually the least speculated on, I think, because people have done... I've seen art of like, oh, this is what I think Shiver's family is, and I've definitely seen a lot of stuff about Big Man's potential siblings. But I haven't seen that much about... Okay, we're gonna try for that balloon next. We should be able to get that one. But first, we're gonna go over here and break open this box. It's a very tough box. It's got sardinium in it. Yay! Oh, we can unlock something else. We're gonna unlock this one, I guess. We're gonna unlock this. Because might as well just do it in the order that it's in. $400. Is this one 300? Okay. So that area is a bit messy. Okay, hold on. Now let's see if we can get rid of this little ink. Ah, 100. Yes, we can. Now, how we get there... Whew! Another sunken scroll. Is this... Okay, so this is about them being on the airwaves, I guess. So, there's this weird... people have said stuff about them that I don't think is really accurate. I've heard around... I've seen it... I think I saw it in an article once, where they were like, deep cut is literally, what's the word? Like, when it says hijacking the airwaves, they mean literally, like they are interrupting some other production. And I don't think that's really accurate, because I think it's just branding to be like, we're a small, we're interrupting your regularly scheduled for our news program, when in actuality because they have, like, you know, jellyfish with them, like they're clearly organized. They're not just doing random stuff. There's some amount of organization. Oh crap. Okay, this one is a little bit difficult, but this one relies on the whole, like, oh, I just got, I didn't really get anything from that. Okay, little buddy found something, though. They said it a couple of different times. Is it? Maybe it's up there. Well... Ooh. Ah, there we go. It's just eggs. Just eggs. Nothing special. Sad. Okay, we're almost actually finished with this area, pretty much. So I can actually sort of go... We can sort of run around here and find out if we're missing anything. Because it says that we're missing something in this area. That's why it's green on the map. Did little buddy find something? I don't think so. He's going that way. Okay. He's going, once again, that way. Okay, maybe there is something over here then. It says that there is something up on this, in this area. But that's probably in the area which we can't get to. Down there. It's probably down there. Okay, time to do more levels. Anyway, yeah, I don't think deep cut is actually, like, criminals in that sense, right? Like rail pass. An ink rail level. I like these levels. I don't think they're actually legitimately illegally what is the term? It's like, I don't want to say that it's just like radio wave jacking, but it might be something like that. Okay, this is an ink rail level. Which, ink rails are okay. They're, I mean, the problem is they're like too easy to do, pretty much. It's like... And they're too easy to mess up for the most part, right? Like usually... Okay. Okay, got there. But, I don't know, they're still fun to mess around with. Okay, there we go. Ooh. Okay, let's go this way. Break open this box for free. Go this way, kill this guy. Ouch. Break open this box. I do like the whole, like, especially this section where, like, I can get a bomb up here and then go that way. Or I can just go this way. But in that case, I have to get a bomb up there. It's a cool little, like, sort of puzzle thing. Of course, you're supposed to throw a bomb up there to get that ink rail down. And then go back and... Yeah, so the ink rails are, like... They're a good mechanic, and they've been around since Splatoon 1. But they're kind of overshadowed by different ones at this point. And, like, enemies can't really hit you while you're on the ink rail. They can try, and, like, they can aim at you, but the way they work, like, you're just too fast when you're in it. You can dodge them way too easily. So, like, a level like this is, like, fun, but not really complicated. I'm interested to see if some of the words in the outro are actually words. Okay, next log. Humans were enchanted with this new invention, began mass-producing crystals. Eventually, they lined the walls of the roof of Alterna. I don't know why that would be the automatic, like, thing to do with them. If it was like, oh, we have these crystals that, like, show images of what people are thinking. I guess it kind of makes sense. Oh, okay, so this is about little Buddy. Salmon is mature by returning to the water where they respawn. Sometimes young salmon will stray too far from the school and become lost. Their wandering request to return home can lead to prolonged starvation and an insatiable appetite. So, yeah. And of course, it's showing the different hairstyles for your little buddy. There's also kind of some interesting charts here. A lot of the drawings, these Sunken Scrolls are a lot more... The characters interact with them a lot more, like, in canon, right? Because the Sunken Scroll is this, like, is just the little map and the image, right? All of the extra sticky notes are extras, and especially the little notes all around. And they actually kind of give, like, a lot of interesting information. Potentially. You have to extrapolate, right? You have to be like, there's a diagram of a building, and a very strange diagram and chart up on the top left there, right? Like, there's a lot of weird stuff here that's potentially really interesting if it could be translated, or, like, even considered, right? Like, at the bottom left, what is that sticky note of? And, like, the top right here, we've got, like, a diagram of, apparently when you're, I guess, when you're in the, when you're in the life raft in Salmon Run, you've got, like, a vacuum that sucks up golden eggs to grab. Huh, that's interesting. And then there's the little thing on the bottom explaining the throwing mechanic. And, like, up here, there's a little chart at the bottom that seems to have either depth or... So, like, you see the little chart at the bottom left. It's got a bunch of letters and then M in each column. So that's pretty interesting. And like here, there's a little diagram. There's 2 little diagrams of Shiver, Fry, and Big Man, which is quite interesting. And then of course we've already talked about the charts here, the family trees potentially. But these talk about like they're like animals, right? Like the one of them is a. We've already fought Fry. She's eels. Shiver's like sharks. We see from the whatchamacallit, the little image. But and then Big Man, I guess, is just himself. Break all targets before time runs out. Okay, we'll see. No guarantees. Okay, we're going to Squiffer. Ah, this one. This one's actually pretty fun. The problem with the Squiffer is that you run out of ink, pretty much. But you can hit them from anywhere, so it's a lot. I think it's slightly easier. Oh, and then they start moving. This one was tight for me. This one also took me a little bit because oh, I missed. I didn't get all of them. I'm gonna be behind. I think I'm way behind here, especially this one. The problem with, yeah, I'm gonna miss it. There's one more section here. You can see there's 10 more in the last sort of area. The main problem is that you run out of ink as the Squiffer. And you really don't want to miss any shots at all. Like, you have time to refill your ink a little bit, but not in a way that's like... You still run out. Oh, and you want to hit doubles if possible. So, like, I mean, here, if you wanted to... But, like, here, definitely... And this one... Definitely you want to hit as many as possible. And this one you want to get. And this one, you have to decide whether you want to go for the, like, tap, just tap and get them all, or if you want to go quick. Okay, got it. Whew. That one, the first time I did it, it took me a lot longer because you need to go quick. You need to really not mess around if you're going to do that with the Squiffer. The other ones are a little bit easier because it's the Squeezer and the Nozzle Nose, which have less of a sort of a more consistent range, basically. Let's see what the archive says. Okay. As the crystals absorbed, so like they've got like a weird like collective desires of those of Eternus. They assume the appearance of the sky that was seen on the surface long ago. So that's why, you know, the walls and everything are the sky, which is weird because in the other levels, right, that are made by the Octarians, they just like have that technology or whatever. It's just like a thing they can do. They can make. They've got big screens that can make the walls of things look a certain way, right? But here, they kind of just do the, like, they just have a whole, like, explanation for it when, before, yeah. This campaign is very good, very fun. Ooh, I need to get over to the other side. I think I'm gonna make some alternate decisions here than the first time I played. Okay, we gotta get rid of all of this stuff. Ticket, yay! But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, they, like... You don't really, like, need... to explain that stuff because it's already been given. But I guess having humans have it is different than having the Octarians do it or something. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, where are we? Okay, we're gonna go back to the beginning of the level so we can. Well, we gotta find. There's something around here. It has green on my map. That means something is definitely missing. Ah, there we go. He found it. Wait, I inked right here! Alright. Okay, and then we need to go over, like, here for that. And then this area is a bit of a mess because I don't know what level it's on. I don't know if it's up here. It is up here. Okay. Got it. It's a cosmetic decoration. Big speakers. Big speakers. Okay, we're almost done here, though, with this area. As you can see, I've kind of, we've kind of topped out, right? We have lots of extra eggs, almost. We almost have lots of extra eggs, and we're finished. We're not even finished. We haven't even done the last level here. That's kind of how it gets, especially after the third one. If you make sure you get everything, then you'll probably... That's what probably will happen. You'll end up without... you'll end up with lots of extra eggs, and you can just go through and kind of get rid of them. But we're going to specifically go over here. So, right, that was 2,000, and then we'll go... We'll go over to this one, but first we will do this last level so that we understand the experience tomorrow's technology today. Right, like that's a very like Fallout, Vault Tech, like aesthetic theme that is really not like present in. It's really a unique thing in this campaign, because like Splatoon has never really been that like aesthetic, I guess, in terms of they've never really gone for like we're gonna do something like that. We're not gonna do something that's like that type of social aspect, I guess, because they have sort of like a social I guess narrative thing that is built in, but it's like it's about the Inklings and the Octowings kind of, and it's mostly about the Inklings, and it's mostly just representative of Japanese culture. It's mostly just like the Inklings are now cooler, and now they're like they care a lot about fashion and stuff. And oh, we could have used this. And like with Splatoon 3, they're like, oh yeah, in Splatoon 1, Turf War wasn't that popular, and then in Splatoon 2, it got more popular, and now in Splatoon 3, it's really popular. It's popular even in this other area, and this other area is all about chaos, and that's what the culture has decided, right? Like they've kind of got that thing going, but it's not like, you know. I don't want to say it's not... It is still, like, nuanced, but it's not the same as, like, Fallout when they go... You know, there's a bunch of evil people. Well, not even evil, they're just, like... the government is being run by corrupt people, and businesses are in charge of everything, and the Enclave is literally all the people who are businesses. Did I get everything here? Oh, there. See, I never miss anything. It's because I played Splatoon 1 and 2 and made sure to get all of the Sunken Scrolls and all of the Sardinium in Splatoon 2. Because they're cool. There's something to get up there. Oh, I know. Ba-doop-ba-doo. Okay, got there. Go, go, go! Alright. But you know what? I'm actually interested because I wonder how the logs work if you skip over Island 4, because I think the logs are like, they say specific things. Like, okay, so this one's finished. And we get like a little thing at the end. Which I guess it looked like grass and stuff. Although, they mass-produced the crystals. I'm presuming they mass-produced them for, like, personal recreational use. So that you could, like... I mean, imagine, like, this is the kind of sci-fi that's, like, just cool, right? Like, they don't... It's not some weird sort of thing that, you know, people think, oh, well, maybe this could happen, or, oh, this would change society in this way. It's like a... Oh, yeah, we get the rocket. It's like a literally, wouldn't it be cool if we had this? And they talk about the rocket, which is very spiky. The fuzz there is very spiky, which I guess if you ever have seen hair like close up. Okay, we're gonna do this level first. Before we do, we're gonna go out of order. We still have to go back, but this world is really well set up for like the double exploration. If we go to the map, it's like, see, so like there's a little section in the middle that opens up, and you can either go right back to the previous site, or you can go like to get over to Site 6. You still have to go through a good amount of stuff. But we can start collecting things. And he's gonna find... And we get the gushers. Not the fruit snack. Sunken Scroll! Which one is this? This is... Oh, this is about the coconut crab guy. He's a coconut crab that works in the shop. He sells shoes. He's very cool. Because strong sunlight encourages, so like, their coconut crabs are a lot bigger than other people's coconut crabs. Oh, and here's the other thing. This area, if we're going along the whole, like, each area is like designed to look a certain way. This is like the pseudo-industrial but not quite area. The last area, right, so section, it's called Ecoforest Tree Hills, and it's kind of agricultural in nature, which we can see from that right there, where they've literally got tomatoes or apples growing in their thing, which is very weird. By the time we get to the end, there'll be a big question about that, about a lot of the stuff that is here. Yeah, there's some questions to be answered by the end of the campaign, but honestly, it wouldn't be a Splatoon campaign if they had left no questions at the end. But this area is sort of like, yeah, like industrial agricultural, sort of like how modern agriculture and farming is like not really the same as. It's not even the same aesthetic as ancient farming or even farming from 100 years ago or so. Ooh, there's a thing over there. This is a much more like industrialized process. And of course, because it's sort of centralized, it's not, it doesn't have the same aesthetic as like, oh yes, this is a person who is just on the farm. But number 4, I don't remember what it's called. Like, so if the first area is like the rural area kind of, and this is the industrial area, the last one is like the mountainous area. Cryogenic Hopetown is a very like, it feels like an area that's not unable to be fully used because of natural like hazards. In contrast, this is like an area that they're kind of, I don't know. We'll see why we get to the end of it. That is the good thing about these areas. You aren't really sure how they are until you really uncover a lot of them and explore them. But now we're gonna do barriers. They've got you covered. Woo. Anyway, we're doing pretty good. We finished section 3 last time. Island 4 is a very... We're gonna do the trace string. Island 4 is like a sort of urban-esque. Ah, yes. I'm remembering what this level is. It's kind of interesting. So you see they've returned the Octo Ballers from the first game, which they got rid of in the second game, where you just kind of shot them and then they died. Have returned, but this time they're not coming at you. Instead, they're a defensive measure. And we're gonna see that short. Well, we just saw it already. They've got little like disco headsets, and they're using the new big bubbler thing. And this is also a new enemy, the Amped Octo Stamp. The main thing that they've done with the Octo Stamps is they've given them, their hitboxes are a lot smaller. And they heal a lot faster. The Octo Stamps got really buffed from from Octo Expansion and Splatoon 2 Story Mode. Because before, they were like really easy to kill. So, this is using the new big bubbler like mechanic. The special in the game that uses this is called the big bubbler. And it's like a similar thing. There's like a little thing at the top that you... Oh, he undoes it after a while, I guess. So if you just wait. But, yeah, so the Octo Ballers are now considerably more annoying. It's pretty annoying to deal with those things because they're just a wall that prevents you from killing the enemies under it. And now we have both of them here. And meanwhile, the Amped Octo Stamp is using a similar sort of thing where, but of course you can go into them, or it's using the, see, the hitboxes are just so hard to hit now. And they are difficult to... Oh, but there's stuff down here. We're not going to move until we get all of the stuff. So yeah, they basically upgraded both of those enemies, except for they completely redesigned the Octo Ballers, to put it bluntly, because they're not very good as an enemy, in my opinion. You just shoot them, and then they... Surprise! That's how you kill them. Come on, come on. Oh, I got it. I was worried it was going to fall there, but... It's always nice to get the extra squid rings. That was that a glitch? I was shooting it, but it wasn't moving. It was just... Well, it was moving, but, like, the animation wasn't playing for the... Oop. I really like that they added these everywhere. It gives kind of a nice feel to it. I don't really ever use them because, like... I'm never going to get... I'm usually not going to get surprised by an enemy and die for it, right? Like, I am able to react. Plus, I'm just used to just going. Right? I'm used to just running in and then killing all the guys. Ooh, I'm almost dead here. Oop. Okay, and now we got the Trizuka, which is also another new weapon. Since we're talking about stuff that they brought back the Inkzuka, but not really, because I played it in Splatoon 1 over the story mode, and it's like, it's completely different. It throws these little pillars of ink out, and it throws a bunch of them out. It throws basically as many as you can hit before it runs out. And in contrast, the Trizuka throws out, like, the Trizuka is more to like a rocket launcher, I guess, than... Okay, so this one's called Fresh Intelligence Awakes, and this is actually log 5 instead of log 4, so we're actually going to skip over log 4 until we've gotten further, which is interesting. I wonder how the story plays out in that way. Because, in case you didn't realize, like, the alternate logs are, like, a sort of story that is going. And that is how they sort of present the narrative. Which is greatly improved compared to previous Splatoon stories, except for maybe Octo Expansion, where they were just like, this is the beginning, this is what happens at the beginning, and then you play through all the levels. And then, maybe some stuff happens in the middle, but at the end, this is what happens at the end. Which is how Splatoon 1 and 2 are, pretty much. That's the whole story. Splatoon 2 is better at that, though. I mean, they're both kind of okay at it, because they have stuff in the middle that happens. Once you complete a certain number of levels, you get, like, more story, but... Ooh! Which one is this? Letter of Appointment. Ah, yes! This is perhaps one of the more interesting ones, for a couple of reasons. So... new Squid Big HQ, first Splatoon. Adjustments promoted to captain with the emoluments of pay grade 33. So, emoluments means, like, I'm pretty sure that means, like, benefits. It's just another way of saying benefits. And, basically this is Captain Cuttlefish replacing and promoting, Agent 3 from the first game. And we also get a signature down at the bottom. So that's Captain Cuttlefish's signature. He's got, like, a little line at the end. And there's a whole sticky note just analyzing his signature, which is pretty interesting. But, that is one of the... This one, so, like, there's a lot of things in Splatoon 3 that I would really want to read, but I have not put in the effort to look up how far people are in terms of translating some of these scripts. I know that some of them already exist as translatable, but a lot of it's not on the wiki or anything yet, so I have to go in and sort of do it myself or find the people who've already done it. So I just haven't yet, and I might just wait for other people to do it, but we'll see. This one's really interesting because of the pay grade reference. 33 is just a joke on, like, Splatoon 3 and Agent 3, and they like doing that with numbers. But the fact that they get paid, or at least have a pay grade, is pretty interesting. Additionally, I think New Squidbeak HQ is just another name for the like, home base in Splatoon 1 and 2. The first Splatoon just probably doesn't mean anything, but if you wanted to, you could be like, oh, maybe they have other Splatoons, which I don't think they do. I don't think that's where they're going for with that. But obviously, you could make that extrapolation if you wanted to. Okay, let's go over... Ooh, 1,000. Okay, let's get rid of this one, then. Usually the ones that cost more are bigger and more impactful on, like, the world. So, like, in general, you do want to actually go for the ones that are bigger. It's usually worth it in terms of, like, getting more stuff unlocked. That's 800. Okay, let's do this one. Trouble around every corner. I might do section 3 or what is that? 4 and 5 simultaneously. Ooh, the Gloogadoolies. I like the Gloogadoolies. They're pretty cool. They kill things very quickly, and they're dualies, and I like dualies. It would be funny if they made a weapon that was just one Glooga, but I don't think they're gonna do that. Mostly because they do 52 damage already, so they're kind of like double 52 gals. Anyway, you can see that this one kind of shoots out like a big just thing. It just kind of spits out a mass of ink that kills anything in its path, but is very difficult to aim. You know, this whole level is kind of like a sneaking around level where you're going to get ambushed a lot, like right here. Or right there. Especially by guys with machine guns. So that's what's happening here. I don't know why you can go up here. There's no reason to. I'm gonna have to be careful not to go over the ledge. Okay, we got another one of these. The thing with the Trizuka is that it has a great range. So it's kind of like a weird, like... It ends up being a weird, like, sniping weapon. Where, like... Because it's like an easier sniper, almost. As a... Like, imagine if you just got a sniper rifle as a special. Which is kind of what that other one was in Splatoon 2. That they didn't bring over because it was bad for the game. Oh, what is it called? They still have it in Salmon Run. The, like, stingers have it. Oh, it's called the Stinger. That's what it's called. Yeah, it was basically just a giant laser that you would shoot at the end of the match to ensure that your opponent couldn't do anything. Oh, see, I told you it was gonna happen. Oh, that's annoying. This, and then we've got this. So it ends up being like a kind of weird sniper rifle. Ooh. The Gloogadoolies are good. I like the Gloogadoolies. They are like the slowest of all the dualies, but they hit the hardest, so it kind of makes up for it. Right, their whatchamacallit shot is just killer. Their dodge rolled shot. We're getting towards the end though here, I believe, of this level. That's the other thing with Splatoon 3. A lot of the levels are kind of pretty short. In Splatoon 1 and 2, a lot of the levels are pretty long. It's Octo Expansion, they're also pretty short. Ooh, I almost got him. And I'm out of ink. Ooh. Okay. He knows how to paint my feet, but not actually kill me, so... In Octo Expansion and Splatoon 3, a lot of the levels are, like, kind of short. Like, they're not long. But, in Splatoon 2, a lot of them are just pretty long. There's not really a lot of short ones. And in Splatoon 1, it's the same way. So it's kind of interesting. Okay, so, it's called Fresh Intelligence Awakes. As the inner walls of Alterna collapsed, thousands of tons of rock and liquid crystal... Oh, so that's what you get. So you finish with this, and then you get immediately into the cave is collapsing. So that's pretty interesting. That's an interesting sort of alternate story, I guess. Where am I? Okay, we're going to Site 4. So I'm actually going to go back to Site 4, and we're going to do some of the story there. Just mostly... Oh, it takes 3,000 to get back. At least this way. Ah, see, this is the game. Do you save up, or do you use your things? I mean, I could probably get up to 3,000 without a lot of trouble, because I have a lot of levels here to do. How long have I been streaming? Okay. We're just gonna do these 2 levels and see how many we get. Because if we get enough, we can just go back to Section 4. Section 3 is like actually the closest to an urban, I'll say, or the last Section 6. Section 6 is really like super urban, like skyscraper-esque. So that one's like even these base guys, their hitboxes are a lot more difficult to hit. And I think they're faster. They just got buffed in general. They don't stay down for longer, and they're like faster and like, yeah. But like it makes sense that they would have buffed them because they were really easy to kill. Yeah, you forgot you get your splashdown everywhere. This is the only place with splashdowns in the game. It's only in the story mode for some reason. I don't know why they decided to do it that way. I mean, splashdown's not a bad special or anything. I mean, it is kind of like, oh, come on. It is kind of like a worse Reef Slider now because of how Reef Slider works, but I don't know, it's not like awful. Right? You can still use it. It's just a different Reef Slider. It's not really a worse one. Well, it kind of is worse because the movement part. If it did, it has a bigger explosion than Reef Slider though. So it's probably still useful. Yeah, the whole shield thing. I'm glad they sort of keep these enemies around because they're kind of like the, oh, it's almost like comical, right? Like how in Plants vs. Zombies there's the normal zombie and then the zombie with a cone on its head as the more tough one because he has a cone on his head, so you have to knock the cone off before you... It's kind of like that style, the whole like shield thing, which I think is pretty funny. I don't know, it's a good way of doing it. And the fact that they've stuck with it kind of implies that, like, it's not just a gimmick. As you can see, these guys are a lot more difficult. They also throw you a lot farther. They, vastly increased the, like, the knockback you get from things in this game. Especially in Salmon Run. Because Salmon Run enemies kind of use the same, like, mechanics and data as single-player enemies. A lot of the Salmon Run enemies kill you a lot easier by throwing you into the thing, where in like Splatoon 2, they didn't really throw you in the thing a lot, right? Like they would shoot you and hurt you, but they wouldn't like throw you into the water, and that's how they would kill you. Ugh. Ooh. As you can see, I'm hitting the non-hitbox part of them a lot. Oh, and here we get a big one. Is this a big one? No, that was just a small one. It just looked big. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, so there's no problems there. No problems. Also, I like how all of the areas have, like, numbers on them that are like, this is Island 5 even in the thing. The crystals washed from on the floating jetsam of humanity's former colony. They broke into microscopic fragments. Okay, the crystals went away. And by went away... Also, how did Callie get here? I guess she just followed me. Okay, so if I do this kettle... low vis, high risk. Oh, this is one of the fog levels. The fog is coming. But in Octo Expansion, this kind of happened a little bit where they had the like first level, and I think there might have been another one that was like it. Right, like the visibility was low. Oh crap. Right, like you actually couldn't see everything. And this was like, it was a really good like whatchamacallit tactic of, you know, making it spooky. But, you know, in this one, they actually use it as like a full-on game mechanic. They're like, you actually can't see where things are unless you're pretty close to them, and thus, you have to actually like be more careful, I guess. It's kind of an indication. It's kind of a polar opposite of the whole, the stages are invisible and thus you can't see them, right? Like, you can't see the stages. Once again, plus with this level, they really take advantage of this and make it, like, seem as a lot more spooky than it is. I would not mind if they bring this type of level back, or really just do a lot more with this, because I think this is somewhere that they have a lot of opportunities to do interesting stuff with, right? Like making the levels a lot more like visually different to act as a game mechanic. Ooh. Ah, there we go. This is one of the other things they brought back from Splatoon 1, but I never played with, this is... Oops. There was only one guy left. That was the, triple ink strike, which I guess in Splatoon 1 they had a weapon called the ink strike that did, like, threw one big thing down or something. It was like a big missile. I never played it because it's not in the story mode, and I never played multiplayer in Splatoon 1 because I played it on an... Ooh, crap. Okay. But you can see, they sort of do, like, this sort of, like, half-open door kind of aesthetic. It's very cool. But, like, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, like... I never played with the original Ink Strike, and I think it's just like a kind of like a Booyah Bomb. But they didn't have Booyah Bombs at the time, so that's why they did it. But like they changed it so that they're all less powerful, and now they do, what's the word? Like, no, there's three of them, and they're all triple. Because they had repeatedly absorbed and reflected humanity's wishes over so many years, the crystals retain these feelings. Those feelings. Which is very weird, very sci-fi, very cool. And I eagerly await what happens in the past, kind of. Because we're going to go this way. But, like, yeah, so they basically made it, like, kind of less powerful, but more. Okay, we got a golden record. Nice. But now we go to section 4, but we're going backwards. We're going back through the wrong way. And we might do, like, one level in 4. Okay, it's called Landfill Dreamland. This one is, like... yeah. So we have to go to this level to get the thing, no matter what. But, Ooh, nice. This one is kind of like, it's pretty suburban. Like, the first one is kind of suburban rural, the first level. Like, Site 1 is kind of rural, suburban-esque. This one is like, clearly just industrial. This one is very rural, but like... Oh, we didn't get a huge section of it because we haven't done that yet. Ah, well. Is like number 3 is very rural. It's like number 1 is like you know, usable rural like sort of plainsy, hillsy. This one is like mountainous. This one is pretty much like suburban, right? Like, it's very much a sort of like, oh yeah, you've got stuff under you, but you've also just got it doesn't increase in what's the word, altitude very quickly, but it does kind of slowly, and like everything's pretty open, but you've got sort of underground areas that you can go to all the time. This area is one of the more interesting ones, I'll say. And then, where was I? So we went to this one. Number 5 is like a sort of another industrial area. But it's kind of like... Number 5 is actually very much like a sort of lab, like a big... Not a factory, more like a... something else, sort of like a big lab, like a big government building. Like they have one big building that's like doing a bunch of stuff. And number 6 is very just like skyscrapers. Like this one is like urban, but not like this one is like small or urban, short urban. It's like close to suburban, but not necessarily. Like the type of area that was like suburban a little bit ago, but then became urban as more people moved in. And we get this little ink roller, which is very fun because you get to shoot it and then follow it all around. And then it keeps running into stuff, so you have to figure out how to get rid of the... for this one, it's over here. But we can't get rid of it yet, so... No dice. But we can go over here. So as you can see, there's a lot of like different places to go and like a lot of different spots to be at. Like there's basically at least two levels everywhere, right? An upper and a lower level. There's not really a lot of like flat area. Flying worst class. Nice. Where does this send us? Woo! Additionally, this area has a big submarine. just kind of because, I guess. I don't know. I'll go over to it after this. After I kind of get a lot of the stuff around here. And we got a decoration. It's just a piece of wood. Thank you, very cool. Okay, time to go over to the submarine. There's a submarine. Which is very weird. By the way, that's never explained. That's like kind of a big deal. The fact that there's a submarine just here, right? Like, we haven't gotten to the end yet, so you don't really know exactly why that's kind of a big deal. But needless to say, it's a bit strange. Get rid of this one. I can't get rid of the big one that I need to get rid of. Do I have to go back up? I might have to go... I can't get up there. Oh, and there's other ones, like, so like this one. Eventually go up there. So we get rid of the... And then that one just goes. And then it'll eventually go and run into that one, which you can't get rid of yet. But small fry found something, so... Okay. Alright, we're back. We got back to the area we needed to get into, which is over here. See, there's a submarine. It's just a submarine. We don't get to go into it. There's nothing like, oh, you know, there's a level here. There's like extra stuff on it. Stamp them out is like a level. There's a thing over here. And we get the submarine decoration, which is cool. And like it's just a submarine. And they never, it's not like, it's kind of a big deal, I think, right? Like that a submarine is here. It's got stickers on it and stuff. I don't know. Of course, you can't really appropriately explain why there's little things everywhere, but I don't know, it is what it is. And now we can go all the way back to section 3. "20 questions. There's a whale. Anyway, there's other islands around as well, which is kind of interesting. Oh, we actually can't get rid of this now because we used all of our stuff on the other one, so. But I think here I'll do one more level before I'll do one of the island 4. Ah, that's a good question. Perhaps transport any sort of liquid, in fact. It could be water, it could be gasoline. Pretty much anything works. Okay, where's the first level we can get to here? Oh, little buddy found something. Thanks. Very cool. Can we... should be able to get up here. Okay, splash the block party. Splash the block party. As opposed to crash the block party. But it's a block party. You can literally just go. You don't have to crash it. Okay, sploosh or tri-stringer? Tri-stringer. We'll do tri-stringer. So these are, I've already talked about this. This is the new, one of the new mechanics, which is just kind of a Mario mechanic, like unironically. You know, you sometimes really forget that this is just the company that made Mario, right? Like, they're gonna take some of those mechanics and reuse them, right? Because Mario has those blocks that he just, like, jumps on, and then they like, spit out more blocks, right? Like, that's the whole thing. That's one of the things. Woo! Gotta get over here. So I guess there was 2 ways to go. Oh, I missed one! Ah, that's annoying. Ooh. There we go. After this level, I think I'm gonna end the stream. I think that'll be it for today. Wow, this one's long. Okay, there we go. Oh, wait, I can go over here. I want to get this box, of course. Okay, it's going back, which is not ideal, so we will... Ah, I see. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah, hey, hey! You're probably supposed to hit it more after you've already, like, hit it. Can I hit him? I can hit him. Got him. And then we gotta hit this. And now we can go. Whoop! There we go, there we go. Alright, so I guess if we have enough eggs, we're not going to have enough eggs. We need 2,000. Maybe I should do one more level so we can officially finish. So now we have log 4, and it's called Humanity's Final Day. So I guess if we did number 5, we'd find out immediately that things had gone poorly at some point, and then have to go back and find out. But as it goes normally, you just find out that things went poorly. So it's not actually that interesting, I guess, as a change. Oh, we can see that there's little things. Oh, so those are actually really useful because you can tell exactly where things are if you know where that to use them. And ah, there it is. Huh, that's kind of funny. Ooh, there's a... And somebody's got eggs for us. Callie only gives us eggs. Ah, we're so close. Let's see if we can find one of these and if it'll show us where things are. It will. Is it useful? I don't think we can get to any of these things. Well, we can get over here. Maybe we can get to some of these things because we can get over here and then... Isn't there something... We just need 100 more... Oh, there we go. Since we're going this way, though, we should go up and get this one at least. Okay, time to go back to World 3 and finish it. Officially finish it. Jump over there. Clear out the last of it. Fuzzy. Well, they call it ooze, but it's kind of ink and it acts the same. I don't know. It's weird. They just call it ooze. Fuzzy ooze. Okay, now we just have to officially be in each of these squares. Okay, we got one more square. It's on the other side. It's over here. And it's over here. It's like right here. It's like right here. Okay, there we go. Surveyed. So now we have officially finished Island 3, Cryogenic Hope Town, which is a very... Yeah, this one is definitely like mountainous. I would describe it as mountainous plus a little bit of like suburbia, sort of like a mountain suburb, right? That like somebody built this town on a mountain and it's got a lake, right? Like this is very much a like town that can't have any more people in it because there's no more room. Mostly because of that big ice lake, but... And if we go back to section 2, we'll go back to the factory. And this one's just industrial, and then the first one's just sort of rural, suburban. Because this whole thing, very much, yeah, very just industrial. Like, and of course now that it's all clean, it looks pretty nice, but yeah, very much just industrial here. And then the first one's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of rural. That's the vibe I get from it. Right, it's kind of like it's low rural. It's not like, oh, this is a mountain that nobody can get to, so we don't have anything here. This is like, you know, this is like a forest or like a hilly area that's just not developed. You know, like you could totally put more stuff here, but you know, they just haven't. right? Like, it's just kind of mountainous, right? Like, I don't know. Anyway, that's gonna do it for the stream. Give me. I'll just go collect the little. Oh, we can collect the next map here. There we go. That's section 3, island 3. We'll put them all together at some point, or I'll show you what they look like put together. I might just pull up an image of it to show it on stream, but I could totally show you my personal game if you wanted to see it. But look, they have coffee, probably. But yeah, that's the